being on our runaway, our person, our in-house person here. So, but a hub can be like a market, a kind of a pool of it. If the business is viable, we continue with it. If it is not, nobody will tell you to pack it up. Not that you pack it, but you just leave it and then come back to it afterwards. That is what we do here. We have Mr. Steven, is one of our clients. The entrepreneurship is very, very good. Our cleaners are coming, we have the kind of goals that they are coming. Supermarket, stationery, banking people here, we are an acceleration center. We are the home for entrepreneurs and home for investors. We train on civil science. Those are the package. Anyone that will sign up for any of these packages, as long as you attended this program, it is solely at your discretion. But I bet you that you, and I want to give one or two of our trainers, like 5.
We do mobile application development, web application development. Django, you can do anything with Django. So if you don't know Django, it's running on Django. Instagram, 20%. You have to learn how to develop something. So make sure that our syllabus is very user-friendly. And the exposure is there. So the person that is talking with you, I've done that. One of our,
and still adding to myself. I'm the staff of Harmony was all heard about Python. Maybe we know that's one of the things that we do. So I'm Python programming. Welcome everyone. Please really say that. Please, whatever you say.
Finally, in case you want to register for any of the packages,
use big grammar. You always use some very big words, big grammar, big titles, or some very strange words for our programs. You can tell me. You just need to be open-minded, know what is going on around you, and try to keep asking that question. How can I do this differently? If you keep asking that question, you can never go wrong in this industry. How can I do it differently? If you don't take anything else away from our conversation this morning, please take that away. How can I do anything you see they are doing in a particular way today that you seem to like? Just ask yourself, how can this be done differently? Keep asking, because it's really not about getting the right answers. It's about asking the right questions. Sometimes people think it's about the right answers. No, it's the right questions that eventually give you the answers that matter. It's never the right answer. That's why in adult education, people like us will go for a lot of adult education. Education is never ending. People think adult education is for people that never went to school. But truth is, everybody, no matter how much education you've had, you must still keep on studying, especially in ICT. It's a never-ending quest for knowledge. Okay? But what I've also found out is that it's not about the right answers. It's about asking the right questions. Okay? So, what I'm going to do, because I can see, coming in, I wasn't sure about, okay, am I seeing techie people? So it's really, all I want to do here is stimulate thinking. Okay? By sharing some of the things that have been done. Okay, and we are doing in Oracle. So who knows Oracle? This, where is it now? Oh, it's not showing here. It's on my shelf there, right? Okay. Who knows what Oracle is? You've heard Python, you've heard Oracle, you've heard Anaconda, right? And columns. Simple like that. So this young man invented a new way to deal with data. And when the CIA saw it, they're like, wow, this one is powerful. It means you can put so much, because then you were limited to the amount of data you could manage. So now with this new system, you can actually manage more loads and loads of data and begin to make sense of them. Okay? For instance, if this gentleman here had like 10 pieces of information, he has the number 10, number 20, number 30. This gentleman has what? Abuja, Lagos, Ondo, Ekiti. Then the other gentleman there has morning, afternoon, evening, summer. Does it make sense? But we find a way to take what he has and what he has and what he has and begin to find connection between them in a way it's never been done before. Suddenly, it begins to make sense that 10 people traveled from Abuja to Ondo in the morning, and by evening they left, 5 of them left to go to Ekiti. Okay? So it begins to make sense of just numbers that were not connected. So basically they call the project Oracle, because suddenly they were able to put numbers together and be able to say something that kind of predicted the future, which is what Oracle do, right? In Africa we have, or in Nigeria we have Dibia, Ifa, what again? Sorry? Or Amadioha. Babalawo, thank you, Orumila, and all of those things. So at the end of the day, sometimes we think that the Yorubas don't know anything about that. But they call it Oracle. And eventually it became so successful that the man decided to call the company by the name of the project that made him rich. Okay? Today the man is about the 4th or 5th richest man in the world, consistently over the last few years. Okay? We work hard for him. We work very hard. We slave very hard for him. He spends his time probably on a yacht somewhere off the coast of somewhere. But I'm not complaining. Okay? Why am I saying this story? He was a young man that asked the question, how can we do differently? Before he invented the database, there were databases. He just came, IBM existed like maybe over 40 years before him. He was not yet born when IBM started. IBM probably had the B2 already at that time. When he came and things to be done. What is that? Okay? So that's about how Oracle came to be. Over time, I was speaking to just before we came, the gentleman upstairs, who is also a speaker, and he said something that people were afraid of the Oracle database. When you say Oracle, it's like, it's difficult. You have to be, your hair has to be rough. You don't have time to go to the barber. Your nails are not smooth. You don't even have time to brush your teeth to be able to program in Oracle. Okay? Maybe that was part of the things they were doing then to make it look special, so that they can justify the big money. Remember the secret I told you? All those big words. It's just the way to justify the big money that you get to earn when you are in this industry. Because if I call it if I don't say Python, how will you not be afraid now? Okay? So we have to use big words. Okay? But it's not about the big words. It's about what you can create. Okay? Today, Oracle has moved so far, and indeed the IT industry has moved so far, and there's something that is reigning today. So, who has an idea of one thing that is single most important today that you think, okay, if you are going to do any development as a programmer, you want to create any fantastic product, if you don't include that particular thing, you are not yet, you are in the past. And what I really want to do is run through this environment and let's think about a problem. Let's think about a problem and how we can use the mobile application to solve it. And that's the thinking that we need. Remember I said, it's really about the thinking. How can I do this differently? Okay? It's really about the thinking. How can I do this differently? Okay? So, what problem do you want to solve? Now that's the discussion while I put on my laptop. What problem do you want to solve? Think. What problem do you want to solve? And they forget to switch it off and all of that. So you want to solve that problem. Help people save energy. Fantastic. Fantastic. Now, what makes these ideas viable? Let's start with yes, sir. What's the name? Idris. Sir.
I did an application whereby the e-voting system.
Say it again. Okay, so speak loud. I'm not coming near you again. One of the things that I've learned in this industry is that the louder you can speak, the better people listen to you. If you're just talking like this one is not sure. Meanwhile, you know what you are saying. So please speak loud.
Now what I'm saying is that I need an e-voting system application whereby we can vote anywhere in our house at our own convenience without needing to go into the polling booth or polling booth. Just to vote online.
Vote online and it's counted. Without having to enter the last elections, my wife found it's going to happen. Okay? Now, Mr. Tafiq said something that people here are being built into business people. The fact that your idea looks impossible today does not mean that you forget about it. Keep looking for what will make it work. What are the things I need? Because as you are saying your own, and that's the beauty of the innovation hub, when you share your ideas, don't be afraid that people will take your ideas. Because I realize that Nigerians are always afraid of that thing. And it keeps us back. And that's why I would like us to clap for the people that share their ideas. There are people here that refuse to share because it's my idea. Please, let's clap for them. Thank you. Because share your ideas, share your dreams. As you are sharing it, you just be amazed that the guy next to you has what you need to complement that your idea. And then you people come together to build something. Okay? You come together to build. And the fact that somebody else has done what you were planning to do.
Anthony is really very great. He comes up as a very simple man, but I can tell you he's a global person. This kind of talk he's giving us today, he can as well give it anywhere in the US or maybe in Japan or Australia. So please let us always, appreciate this kind of gesture from our people, because we have people out there that are playing at the global level, but they can still translate to us locally. And this is something that we should look at too. Please see him as a role model. For some of you that would like to know more about him or to know more about Oracle, this is the time for you to use the opportunity. When you go out for events, please always use the opportunity to network. Networking is very, very important. He said something very briefly. He said, when you have ideas, don't think people are going to steal your ideas and keep it to yourself. What if you find out that later, maybe a year later, some people have actually been doing what you've been thinking, keep it to yourself. They've been doing it. Engineer, please follow me.
Then bring back again.
Yes. There's another drone upstairs actually. Want me to catch it?
Yes, the catching aspect of it is what I want.
Bring your drone. Go bring your drone.
I don't think either of the batteries are charged.
Yeah, it's okay, bro. It's okay?
Yes, sir. We see some participants that have gathered here today, what do you have to offer them?
Thank you very much. So what we're doing here today is what is called the mobile apps meetup. The meetup is a kind of event that we use to, expose the youth to understand the concept of being able to generate ideas and translating the ideas into products in an environment that they can now take the products or the services to the market. We want them to become entrepreneurs right from when they are young, and we want them to be able to develop their skills, to spend the what is called the hidden talents, and convert the time they have into something that will help them to grow into the future. See, coming together to rub shoulders together and rub minds together and to see how they can work together to really help us or help themselves to grow the economy of the nation. Now that's what we're doing here today.
All right, so what other things do you do for them? Is there any help in terms of financial help for startup? And I understand that some of the people that have participated in this program, you did not only train them, but you also employ them to work with you and train others. So tell us more about that.
Yes, right. We've got series of programs that we are working through. One of them, like you mentioned, is when we get people to be able to develop applications, and from applications they become entrepreneurs, the products and the services. When they become entrepreneurs, at the point of being able to develop the market for their products, they need money, they need investors to step in. And at that point, we look at the product and say, oh, this is going to really sell in the marketplace. And we'll be able to invest a certain amount of money from our company. That's one way to do that. The other way is for us to look for investors for them. And we're working with other partners that are willing to invest into all these companies for startups so that they can also participate as putting down some equity contribution to invest into these companies and for these companies to be able to grow as they move on. So investment is key in that respect. The other thing is also that we're looking at being able to provide outsourcing opportunities for these young people. For some of them that are really very good, they come in as trainees and we train them and they become trainers, and we mentor them and they become mentors as well. So from trainees to trainers, from mentees to mentors, and for some of them we employ them. We give them employment so that they can also impart knowledge to others as they are growing up, and that's what we do. So it's a kind of value chain for our youth, from training to job placement, or from training to becoming entrepreneurs.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I want you to be on it today because I may travel tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
And the earlier the better.
Yeah, that's right. So and I'm going to get the recordings as well.
Yeah,
clip.
yeah, the rushes and as well as the one that went on.
That's right. Yeah.
Hello and good afternoon, or whatever time you are going to see this. My name is Inyang Effiong, and I'm a trained mechanical engineer, and I work with Arts and Science, and we are partners with Harmony Innovation Hub.
All right, so I see you flying this. Is this an aeroplane? Can you tell us more about it?
This is an unmanned aerial vehicle, otherwise known as a drone. A lot of our youths hear about this and they think it's just something that they play with. What Harmony Innovation Hub does is to show people the technology behind what they see on a day-to-day basis. And more importantly, what can they do to contribute to this technology? So we are not here to fly drone. We are not here to fly aeroplane. We are here to show them how can they contribute to the global economy when it comes to unmanned aerial vehicles. What type of programming does this need? What can they do with the data that comes out from this? Because if you just buy it and use it to play, it's like using your phone and pressing it all the time. You are not adding any value. But when you understand what to do with the data that comes out from it, you can sit down here and be helping a farmer in Zamfara State. So you can be in Abuja and you analyze data in Zamfara State. You can help people to capture data that will help to improve their farmland. So it's technology, but it's technology that has immediate results. That's what we are pushing, and that's why we are so happy to partner with Harmony Innovation Hub, because they are not making this thing something that is totally out of reach, but something that every youth, and when I mean youth, I'm talking of real youths, people who are below 24 years, who have, no matter their level of education, they can be trained in how to use all this technology, and not just use it, but contribute to the technology, because we don't want to be users. We don't just want Nigeria to be a dumping ground for toys. That's why somebody was asking me, you have a nice toy. And I told them I'm not happy about that. We have a nice piece of technology that you can contribute to. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. But how does it generate funds?
Okay. How does this work? It's very simple. Because it's unmanned, that means you don't have to be there going up. And it has a camera in the front, which is a visual sensor that will be able to capture a picture. But it's not just an ordinary picture. You can use it as an ordinary picture if you want, but you can also process that picture. You've given out, if you want to know how many maize farms are there in Abuja, does anybody have that statistics? We are working to change things like that. So people in Harmony Innovation Hub can be trained how to write image recognition algorithm that when they take a picture with this, they can now analyze it to see where all the maize crops are. And then they can say, oh, we have 1,000 hectares of maize farms. So that is what happens. This image that is being taken by this camera will now be downloaded, and we will remove it. And there's a memory stick here. So we'll bring this out. Oops. I hope you will edit that out.
Yes, of course, of course.
So we bring out the memory, and then we will put it, transfer the image to the computer, of course.
It's such a wonderful opportunity to share ideas with these bright minds. Basically, what we've discussed today is how mobile app development is the way to go for new developments, because the future is really about mobility. Everybody has access to it, everybody's able to use it. So every development ideas that they are coming up with here today, they should think about developing it on mobile. And that's really what we've been able to draw out together.
All right, so what impact is this teaching going to make in there? How will it help them to develop themselves as youths?
I think primarily it helps them to begin to express creativity inside of them. I mean, I'm sure you were part of it, you saw quite some ideas coming up that people are already thinking about. So this basically just sets a foundation to help them begin to bring life to their ideas, begin to actually create the things that they are thinking in their mind. I think the conversations today help them to see that it's not as far-fetched or as difficult as it appeared before now. I think they are on the right path to becoming some of the inventors that we look forward to seeing in the country.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Please let me take your phone.
After Form 2, how many of us went to school going Form 1, Form 2, Form 3, Form 4, Form 5? How many of us here attended secondary school going Form 1 to Form 5? Anybody here? This man. So after my Form 2, I think I was the best student in, I don't know whether it was English, I think it was English language or literature, I can't remember. And I was given a novel as a prize. And do you know the title of the novel? Some of us have come across that novel before, most likely. Where there is a will, there is what? There is a will. How many of us have come across that book, that novel? The title caught me.
It wasn't a very, very rosy one. You know, you have to wake up in the morning, think about you You wake up in the morning, you dress up.
And what has Harmony Hub been doing for you? How has it impacted your life?
Okay, I heard about Harmony Hub from a person, a mentor. Actually, the MD himself. I came across him along the line, and then it took me a lot of time for me to grasp the opportunities, but he didn't relent. He continued, he continued mentoring me. He continued telling me how the opportunities that actually abound in ICT, but I didn't get it because all my mind was white collar job, white collar job, white collar job. But thank God I snapped out of it eventually after undertaking the entrepreneurship packages for like two months. I became very, very aware of my environment. I knew right from that moment that ICT is the way forward as a basis. With ICT, you can venture into any aspect of the economy, any business at all. I read business administration. I didn't see any link between it and ICT, but actually, without ICT, one cannot succeed in any aspect of business, be it agric, be it building construction, be
So after the training,
accounting.
what have you been able
Okay,
to do
I
for
got the
yourself?
training. I ventured into ICT with Python programming. Python programming is just like the skeletal aspect of the main thing. Like when you go to a website, the interaction aspect that you talk to your site and your site responds to you. That was how I came into programming. I can program, I can solve solutions. If a person should come and say, okay, I want you to develop a software such that when you click a particular thing, let this so thing happen, I can do that one very well. Then the skin aspect is the HTML, CSS, to put a skin into the structure of Python programming. I learned that one as I went, but right now I can very, very comfortably develop a website.
So with this knowledge, you didn't tell us the other part of the story.
Okay, then
What has Harmony done for
the
you?
knowledge I got from here, I was supposed to have taken it out, but I was still retained back into the same Harmony that taught me for free. Into the same Harmony that taught me for free, I started passing the knowledge to the young ones. I started with the summer skill fair,
And they're paying.
and they are paying me.
So rewind that part. You were returned back and they were paying.
Okay, after the Python, after the entrepreneurship package, and I really changed my orientation about white collar job and how I can become an entrepreneur through ICT, I went further to learn Python programming, which is like a form of developing solutions for everything. But there is a lot of problems in the business world nowadays that ICT can develop a solution for. And so that was what I learned. After learning that, I still was retained by the same company that taught me this package free of charge. I was retained as a staff and I was paid. I'm being paid for my services, for the training. I was recently absorbed into the administrative aspect, the recruitment aspect of the company, and I'm I'm one of the bona fide beneficiary of what Harmony Innovation Hub stands for in its entirety.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let me do it has been able to do for you.
Okay.
Since you gained this knowledge.
Last year, I started thinking about ICT because after I graduated in 2012. I started looking for a job, go from here to there, from offices to offices, submitting applications I didn't get. So I went back for my master's, came back. Still, nothing was coming for. So I started thinking of ICT. Then I saw this opportunity to train with Harmony Innovation Hub last year. So I came. I just came like joke. It's not like I have any computer background. I just came
Sorry, I don't like this background.
Yes, mobile app development here when I came, and it was it was simpler than I thought to learn it. Under 1 week, I was able to learn a lot, and I started practicing on my own, and I've been able to create 2 apps from it. This is one of the apps I created. Exercises for belly fat. I've uploaded it to Google Play Store, and I've started receiving payments for the app. And so I came here and I got another opportunity to become a trainer, which adds to my value and everything. So Harmony Innovation Hub has actually helped a lot to help me gain and to be self-employed. So I don't need to go about looking for a white-collar job anymore.
About 14 kilometers from Abuja Central area is a Harmony Innovation Hub, a skill acquisition center established by a non-governmental organization as an intervention strategy for developing Nigerian youths. Obiageli Ugoke, NTA News.
Sorry, is the background showing?
Is it showing?
Yeah, I want it to stand up here.
Okay. About 14 kilometers from Abuja Central area is this Harmony Innovation Hub, a non-governmental a skill acquisition established by a non-governmental organization as an intervention strategy for developing Nigerian youths. In Abuja, Obiageli Ugoke, NTA News. And not like this is better. About 14 kilometers from Abuja Central area is this Harmony Innovation Hub, a skill acquisition center established by a non-governmental organization as an intervention strategy for developing Nigerian youths. In Abuja, Obiageli Ugoke, NTA News. So as she's going upstairs, follow her. When she goes in, sit down, and as she's doing some things with the laptop, you are taking her. So let's get going. Let's begin. Please ensure the visual is clear.
Now, instead of queuing, this man wants to see you come into the supermarket, pick what you need, go to a table by yourself, use your phone. Who doesn't have a phone here? You don't have a phone here. Who? You don't have a phone here. Let's see. I'm sure Mr. Latimer would like to show one to your life. You don't have a phone here. Well, I've talked to Mr. Latimer and buy dates, and you pass on. Because you have snapped them, and your system knows that you have snapped them and you have paid, it allows you to go. With that idea, working in Nigeria. The market and say you can do that. We need to work. What do you think I should do? There's a software theft. People go. I think it's encouraging. Now, you understand what I mean? But I said one thing. I said, look, in years past, if anybody thinks, but today what happens? From here, I received a call and I had to send some coins somewhere to down to somewhere. Abby, when we went upstairs, I had to call the person, madam. Okay. And
you have data. See, this is the account.
Cannot be opened on
the laptop. It's a mobile device. Okay. And it's a mobile app.
Please let me have something to drink. I'm very thirsty.
Android phones. So these are different exercises. You click on anyone you want to follow, and it opens up.
Exercise for belly
fat.
And
this is one exercise. Crunches and twist crunches. These are ads.
So let me see that your exercise
that you do, that you follow. Simple,
faster than crunches. How do you do it?
You follow these descriptions.
Okay, you have the descriptions.
Yes, and pictures.
Okay.
You can follow. Like this one now, this is how you lay flat on your back and raise your leg.
The two together?
Yes. Put your hands behind your head.
Up to which level?
Down. It moves, your stomach keeps moving.
Yes.
So thereby it gives you flatter tummy.
Then I see her raising her head. Are you raising the head the same time you are raising the legs?
You can either raise your head or
you relax the leg and then you do the head raising.
You can decide to either raise your head up or put it down. It's, whatever you like.
Okay.
Whatever.
But the major emphasis is here.
Yes, your legs.
Okay.
This is another one. Twist crunches. It's almost like this one, but the difference is you raise your legs one by one, not together.
Still for the tummy.
Yes, and you twist it from